When I see this this terminology, most accurate mock drafter since 2018, and then I see he released a 3-round mock draft for the Bengals here. And by the way, if you were wondering who this guy is, because I didn't know who he was going into this video, it's this guy right here, Walter Chapinski. He is 7th place in 2020 Westgate NFL Super Contest. And then he was also that. He has his own website. He's actually followed by Michael Fabiano, which obviously is like a big name when it comes to like NFL stuff, news, information. But yeah, no, he has his own website and everything, which is walterfootball.com. And this is pretty much his credentials, I guess. Now, listen, whenever I see that terminology as the best mock drafter since 20... Okay, come on now. Come on. This is almost like a joke. Listen, yes, I agree that people can get mock drafts correct. That is a fact. But to say he is the best mock drafter, I mean... No one knows who the Bengals are going to pick. Not even the Bengals right now. Because, and say something crazy happens, and, you know, a player falls down the draft, they could easily take, you know, somebody else. We thought Miles Murphy was going to be, you know, taking top 5 this year. He ended up falling to us. Going into that draft, not one Bengals personnel, coach of anyone, thought that we were going to get Miles Murphy because they thought he was going to get taken earlier and we would not get him. So, stop it. Stop it with his 2018 most accurate guy since 2018. But here's who he has us taken. A safety with the first pick. So, he has us taking this guy right here from the U. And I'm not saying that Cameron Kinchins can't be a great player. He absolutely can be a great player. But if we take a strong safety or a safety in general, overtaking a right tackle, a franchise tackle, or even if you want to get, you know, crazy here and say overtaking someone like, I don't know, a tight end, a position that we need more than anything right now, that would be a travesty. That would be an absolute travesty. I'm not saying this guy couldn't be a first-round pick. He obviously could. We have, 3 months before the draft happens. So times are going to change. Things are going to go ups and downs. It's very possible that this guy ends up becoming a first-round pick. But to take him over taking someone in this position like J.C. Latham or any of these Mims, any of these tackles that we need more than anything right now, I think would be an absolute mistake. So they have us taking this guy right here, okay? We're going to do this. Actually, let me start this over. I'm going to do a 3-round mock draft, and I'm going to do his mock draft and see what Pro Football Focus grades it as, okay? So, I don't have to worry because this guy's going to be available in every mock draft I do because he's a 29th ranked player. Like, he's ranked as the end of the first round. Alright, so the second pick he has us going with is Xavier Worthy out of Texas. Now, this pick is actually not that crazy. And the reason why I say that is because I think it's crazy to say we won't take a tackle in the first 3 rounds of the draft. I think that's insane to say. But when it comes to this wide receiver, he's actually a very great wide receiver. And I wouldn't mind having him on our team. I don't know if I would take him in the second round, especially with us needing a replacement for DJ Reader, a replacement for Cheeto. There's a lot of different positions. And then you got to remember that, yes, we're losing Tyler Boyd, but we still have Trent Irwin. We're going to have Yoshi, who's going to take another step forward. We could take a tight end in this draft. Chuck Sizzle will get more involved in the offense. So there's a lot of positives. But this guy is 6'1", 172. He's a very good receiver. And I wouldn't mind going with wide receiver in this draft. I don't know if I'd go second round receiver, but a 5th or 6th round receiver? Absolutely. Maybe a 7th round tight end. I wouldn't mind going with a running back later on in this draft, like 6th or 7th round. I wouldn't mind that. But I don't know if I go wide receiver this quickly when there are some decent defensive linemen, Dorless, sorry, Chris Jenkins, we talked about before. There's a couple guys I like in this area. But again, I'm not against the idea of going with a wide receiver. Could also go with Jermaine Burton here. Again, there's a lot of good options. But we'll go with his mock draft and see what Pro Football Focus thinks. And the final pick here in the third round is going to be Keandre Sweat, a defensive tackle. Now, this is actually not that crazy. Going a defensive tackle in the third round, I think is actually logical. Is he already taken? He might already be taken. Because I've heard this guy before. I'm pretty sure, unless I'm completely incorrect. I think he's already been taken. Where did he get taken is my question now. He got taken in the end of the second round. Alright, so we can't get the D-tackle that he has. Because he gets taken in the end of the second round. And again, like I said, listen, I'm just going to take this guy just for craps and giggles here to see what they grade me as. They gave me a D for my first round pick. They gave me a B- for this pick. And I'm going to guess they would probably give me an A- for Sweat. And again, listen, looking at this mock draft, those are two logical picks. Those are two very, very logical picks. Go with a wide receiver, go with a defensive tackle. I don't know if I would go with a receiver that early, and I'd probably take other positions, but going defensive tackle in the third round, I think, yeah, you could see that happening. But going safety first round, I just don't think they're going to do that. And I know you might say, well, we're going to get rid of Nick Scott, right? We're going to need a replacement for Nick Scott, and I do agree with that. And behind now we have an open spot, right? We need that open spot. And we lost Jesse Bates. We lost Von Bell. We don't have those positions anymore. And yes, Jordan Battle's playing good and Dax Hill's playing good, but we need as much talent as possible. We saw our defense this year really struggle against the run because of the fact we didn't have good enough safeties to put in the box and shut down the run. And I do understand that, and I'm not disagreeing with taking a safety maybe in the third or fourth round, maybe in the fifth round, right? But to take him in the first round, especially over the right tackle position, something that we struggled with all year long and really was our Achilles heel this whole entire season, I think it would just be a mistake. I think right now, my only first round picks that mentally I can think of is, and this is like far going out there, right tackle number 1, 100%. Brock Bowers, number 2. If he's available. And number 3 is an edge rusher. And that's the only thing I can think of right now. Because I can't think of any other position. We're not going running back. Obviously, we're not going quarterback. Wide receiver, I don't think, not in the first round. Defensively, could you go defensive tackle? I don't think so. I think maybe you get an edge rusher just to kind of pair with Trey Hendrickson. Especially with the fact that, you need a rotational guy in Myles Murphy. Well, he did have an okay rookie season. He's not blossoming yet. You want someone who's maybe more developed. And I wouldn't be surprised. You could never have enough edge rushers. I don't think you go safety first round. And I don't think you go linebacker first round. So I think it's really edge, right tackle, and Brock Bowers. And even edge, I'm on the... Come on. Give me a drum set. I'm on the edge about. Right? Because even then, I'm like, I don't know if I would go edge because that's still a questionable spot. I mean, there's a lot of edge rushers that simply do not hit and, might not become superstars. And I feel like if we're looking at what we need right now, it is line. Line. So I feel like right tackle is definitely a first round pick. Everything else can fall to us and we can see best player available, kind of finesse around. But for a first round pick, 100% I'm going right tackle. If Brock Bowers is not available. If Brock Bowers is available, then I'm sitting back and thinking about what I want to do here. Because if Brock Bowers is available, then what I'm thinking is second round is 1,000% going to be a right tackle. 1,000%. And then third round, I'm kind of gearing toward defensive tackle and then so on and so on. But again, like I said, I just can't see myself taking a safety at 18. I can't. Now, would it help us? I think it would help us. It would. Any pick at 18 is going to help us, though, But It's just, you got to go offensive line, man. You got to get this offensive line figured out. What if you don't bring back Jonah? What if Jonah doesn't agree to a contract with us? You can't not have a right tackle. It's impossible. You can't, wait, okay. So I just did a double negative. So what I said is you cannot not have, which is you can have, not have a right tackle. You can't afford not to have a right tackle. That's what I'm trying to say. Peace out, guys.